Colby,
What's that, Barry?
you know what the most useful thing is that mankind ever made?
What's that?
Duct tape. 1,000 uses for it. It's sadly true.
It is sadly true.
It saved so many lives. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Theme music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third week of Ho 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 Month.
I was going to say Halloween. Holiday movies.
Oh, man. And today we're coming at you with, I think, is a very underrated film.
Yes.
Let me do one of our new traditions is where I Dr. Seuss a trailer. This one was kind of hard, though. I had like a little trouble with this, but so it's not going to be great. I'm sorry.
It'll be
all
great.
right.
It'll be great.
Who's trying to break in on her final time babysitting, both trying to live while Luke's hormones are raging? Is it a psycho on the loose who hates holidays? And will they be able to survive and get away? But there's something kind of odd in this movie about a Christmas home invasion. Will they end up as a holiday urban legend? It was hard to stick that last one. We're talking about the 2016 movie Better Get Out.
Better watch out.
Oh, is it Better Watch Out?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like holiday. Better watch out. Better not cry.
I was like, as I was talking, I was like, Better Get Out? Man, that doesn't sound right, but I think that's what it is. It's funny, as I think about like trying to really, like when I was thinking about trying to talk about this movie today, it kind of felt like it's pretty linear. It's pretty standard as far as like what you think it's going to be, right? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get into it. I think as we go on, you'll see. Oh, okay. I thought the friend was oh, it's not Beans. He kind of looked like Beans. We start off the movie with what's her name? Ashley, who is the babysitter, going to the house to babysit one final time before she moves to Philadelphia for college.
Yeah, she's been like the longtime babysitter for this kid, and she's getting ready to go to college. She's getting ready to turn 13, I think.
He's ready to turn 13?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
You said she. That's.
Oh no, she's not a genius.
She's not Sheldon. Yeah. The kid is Luke is ready to turn 13. Kind of the age where you can start leaving kids alone.
Right. So of a timing that works, but it's this kind of like last parents are going to like this late holiday party, and they're like, hey, we got to have
one last time.
Yep. Before
you leave. And we get introduced to Luke and his friend Garrett, who is a little bit of a bad boy. But it just doesn't work when you look like Beans from Even Stevens.
Yes.
He's less James Dean, more Seth Rogen.
Right.
But they're playing around, and we find out from this very early exposition dump that Luke has a crush on his babysitter. Which, I mean, you grow up with her, and
and he's like, this is gonna be the last time she's gonna be here. This is my final shot to try to
bag it.
Yeah.
Secure the bag, as the kids say nowadays. Oh man. But
I'm so old. I was like,
I don't understand.
I was gonna say Smash, but apparently that was last year's.
But Garrett does a little bit more on the realistic sort of side of things. He's like, bro, she's like a 10 and you're 13.
Yes.
You are not just shooting for the heavens, you're shooting for another universe.
Right. He's like, I stole some weed from my brother. We should just smoke that instead of trying to get you with this babysitter that you have no chance with.
Yeah. But this kid is like, nope, I'm gonna get it.
Yep.
We will
eye on the prize.
And so yeah, Ashley gets to the house. She's greeted by Patrick Warburton, aka the Tick. Rules of engagement.
Crunk, right?
Crunk, yeah. He has such a like funny voice. Not like funny like oh goofy, but like it's so serious that it's funny.
Yep.
Like his voice sounds like he should be playing the straight man. But he's just so naturally funny as well.
Yes, yeah.
And even in the short interaction that you get with him, he has like little comedic bits. You know?
Right, because he's weirdly almost hitting on the babysitter.
But he's like teetering that line.
Yeah.
But he never like goes out of bounds.
Right. Just walks up to the line of inappropriate.
Yeah, and he taps the line a little bit. Because then, like, as he's going away with Luke, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna really miss her." But the parents are kind of the mom is kind of neurotic. She feels sort of like very antsy, very just very rigid.
Right. Yep.
Because as they're trying to leave, Patrick Warburton, it's holiday. You get to put on funny ties. And she's like, nope, not that tie. Nope, I don't think so. And so he begrudgingly takes it off and he's like, always be prepared. And he had another goofy tie on.
Yep.
But she's like, whatever, let's just go.
She's definitely the kind of mom that doesn't let a 13-year-old stay home alone.
Oh, right. I was staying home since I was like 8.
I pretty much was too. Yeah. I was always like I had a friend that would spend the night and my mom would just be like, oh, well, so I had the goofy kid, goofy neighbor.
You had a Garrett?
A Garrett. And it was just like, yeah, you can't stay alone. But if Garrett's going to stay the night, you're fine.
No, one kid, two kid. Maybe the kidnapper will be like, oh, there's 2 kids.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Say if something happens to you, at least you have a friend here who can call their parents to take you to the hospital. I think that was kind of like the
consensus,
the rationale. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty much raised by cable TV. So I think I feel like I did pretty well. But no, and so they end up going home, or they end up going to the party. Garrett ends up leaving because he's trying to give his boy some room,
Right.
some room to roam. And so Ashley, she's like, hey, do you want to watch a movie? And they're like, okay. But all of a sudden, Luke he pops a bottle.
Right. And he oh yeah, go. Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying because he's talking to Garrett about that scaring women is like the same kind of hormone reaction as fear and passion are like the same.
Yeah, it's like love and hate.
Yeah, and so he's like, hey, I'm gonna show her a scary movie. Yeah. And we'll have a drink, and then she'll just be putty in my hands.
Yeah. Delusional. He's very delusional.
Yeah.
He has thoughts of grandeur. As a psychologist, you should be able to see some patterns. Like, is he a psychopath or so? I think he's like a sociopath, right? More like within those lines, because he does have some sort of feelings, but later you see how he switches it off so fast. Right.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he pops a bottle, and Ashley's like, "Dude, you're like 13. You're not supposed to be drinking." Luke is like, "Oh, don't worry. Me and Garrett drink all the time, but he can't hold his liquor like I can." And she's like, "Do you think that's hot?"
Yeah. Do you think 13-year-old drinking is going to impress me?
Yeah.
Give me the bottle.
But she goes to just drain it, but she's like, oh, what a waste. She takes a little swig. But when she gets a call from Ricky, and Ricky's her boyfriend that she's kind of leaving behind.
Yeah, she's kind of on the outs with because he doesn't really want her to leave, and she's like, I got to move on with my life.
Yeah, I got to get out of this fucking hoe bunk town. Little backwater. We don't know. She could be from Detroit. But she takes a little swig, and then Luke catches her.
Yep.
And they're like, so she resigns. She's like, fine, we can drink a little bit, but just don't get any funny ideas.
Yep.
But she's like, oh, let's go get some food. Patrick Warburton was like, hey, there's money there for pizza. Order some pizza. But as she even has the thought, pizza already came.
Yeah, right.
And weirdly enough, Luke does say anything but no mushrooms. But then the pizza has mushrooms on it.
Yep.
And she's like, well, if your dad ordered it, why did he put mushrooms if he knows you don't like mushrooms?
Right, because she's like, I didn't order a pizza. And he's like, oh, Dad must have ordered it before he left.
But, like, they introduced this pizza man in a very creepy fashion. So they never even show him.
Right.
Yeah. So
you look through the peek hole and, like, you get, like, from his chin down, kind of.
So you're kind of like, you're like suspicious, like what's going on? But as they try to eat pizza, Luke kind of tries to put the moves on her. You know? Like, I don't know if I'd ever do this, but he like puts his head on her shoulders and puts like the arm or the hand on her thigh, and she's like, nope. Stop it.
Yeah.
But then a knock comes at the door, and Luke is like, hey, I know Taekwondo. You better not come mess with me. And, like, it's just the most kid thing that you can say. And throughout this whole time, Ashley has been sort of, like, not purposely taking jabs at Luke, but she's just stating the obvious. Like, oh, maybe you can come over when the kiddo goes to sleep. You know, you're a kid. You're a child. We are never going to have it.
Right, yeah, always, hey, kiddo, how's it going?
Yeah. And so Luke doesn't like this, right? But, yeah, and so, like, a knock, you know, knock comes, he's like, I can protect you, don't worry, I know Taekwondo. But then he gets tackled by Garrett, and he's like, haha, just a joke.
Yeah.
But weirdly enough, like, the back door keeps on opening by itself, and then they hear a crash upstairs.
Right.
But by this point, all the phone lines have been cut off. The internet's cut off. And so they're getting freaked out.
Yeah.
And then like she tells Garrett, like, do your little techno wizard shit and figure this out. He's like, what does that mean? But Garrett runs downstairs with the brick, and it says, you leave, you die. Because they try to take the car, but the car's tires have been stabbed.
Right. Yep.
Or sloshed, right? Garrett freaks out, and he's like, oh no, I'm getting out of here. And then
and at some point she's like, hey, hand me my cell phone, and he tosses it across the room over the fish tank, and it hits the edge of the fish tank and falls in.
Oh yeah, that was before Garrett comes. Yeah, sloppy throw.
Super
I would suspiciously sloppy.
Yeah.
But Garrett runs out, he gets shot, and she's like, oh my god, Garrett's dead.
Yeah, because Garrett's like, I am out of here.
Yeah.
Takes off out the back.
Gets hit from the shoulder, so we presume that he's dead, right?
Yeah.
And so they start to freak out. They go upstairs. What's it called?
Right, because she's like, we got to go upstairs and hide. And he's like, oh, my dad's got a gun.
Yeah. So it's called. Luke is able to grab the gun, and then they keep hiding. Like, first they hide in the attic, but then there's like spiders there, and it freaks her out. And he like kind of saves her from falling down the attic, you know? So it's like, oh, maybe he'll get a little kiss on the cheek like Blank Check did.
Right.
No, I think that lady kissed that kid in the mouth. Do you remember that movie, Blank Check?
Yep.
I was like, oh yeah, that was the dream, to kiss a hot 20-year-old when I was 13, like in the mouth. But they end up hiding in Luke's what's it called, closet.
Because they also see somebody in the house now.
Yeah, they see a perpetrator in the house
who's got a rifle.
Yeah, a shotgun
and a flashlight, and so they're like, whoa, that's real gun.
Yeah.
Would definitely be hiding, not trying to scare them off.
Yeah, and so Ashley and Luke are in this they're in this closet, and like the mood almost kind of hits it right. Weirdly enough, there might be a little bit of tension there, but then again, like the kid said, fear and passion, like, you know, very same moods, right?
Yep.
But then Ashley starts to notice something about this intruder. Short stature, kind of clumsy, and she puts two and two together and finds out it's freaking Garrett.
Yeah.
And so Ashley is pretty livid at this point.
As well she should be.
Yeah, and so at this point it still feels like a pretty juvenile prank.
Yeah.
Until when she's trying to leave, Luke catches Ashley and smacks her. And I was like, oh, this movie has turned into a whole different...
Right, because she is like, I am going downstairs. I am calling your parents. I'm going to make them come home. And
This is done.
You were never going to see me again. You are a terrible person.
Yeah, you are a monster. And he slaps her like a grown man slap.
And she falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
Tumbles.
So when she comes to, though, she's tied up to a chair. Garrett's kind of like goofing around. And now the Luke switch has completely like turned off.
Right.
You know, he's a monster. He's like threatening this girl. It shows that he's had this whole thing planned out. They play a little truth and dare. And Garrett's still not really realizing the gravity of the situation. He's like, yeah, I dare you to touch her tit. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh, I hope I wasn't this stupid when I was 13. But, like, I think my parents raised me well enough, or my mom raised me well enough to know that you don't dare that when a girl is tied up to a chair.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God. And so... But Garrett kind of wants to get on the action. He's like, well, won't you dare me to kiss her? Luke's like, no.
Nope, she is mine, not yours. You're here as...
Yeah, you're here as just a lackey boy. Go run my lackey problems. Gopher. Yeah. But, what's it called? But Luke also calls over Ricky, who is the boyfriend.
Right.
And at this point, and so Ricky comes over, but he's able to kind of thwart Ricky away. He's like, well, oh no, he doesn't call her. Like, he said that he was gonna come over. Yeah, earlier, and he like brings flowers. He's trying to make up with Ashley.
Right, and Luke's like, no, you can't come in. And he's like, let me just open the door. Let me hand you these flowers. You can give it to her. And that way, you know, she knows that I was here. And as soon as he opens the door a crack,
it just overpowers him.
Yeah, Ricky's just like, poop.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Shut up, you child.
Exactly.
But then he's able to, like, they have this tussle upstairs because Ricky's here trying to find Ashley. Garrett's able to thwart him away from the kitchen that they're holding him at. And then Luke tries to hit him with the bat, which he does, but Ricky's like, I don't know. He's kind of dumb, but that skull is thick.
Right. Well, he goes down, and Luke's just like, I'm a man. I took you out. Yeah. And he's like dancing with the bat. And, but yeah, like if you don't really know what you're doing, somebody's, you knock them down, but then they're getting back up.
Yeah. That boy hard-headed.
Yeah.
Probably stubborn. But yeah, he's able to, I forgot what he does. Was it with the gun that he kind of takes care, like he kind of subdues him with?
Well, so they start to wrestle, and he picks up the pencil off the ground.
And puts it through his cheek.
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't be enough to subdue him.
Well, it's not, because then Garrett pulls the gun. The shotgun. Yeah. And he pulls it back out, and he's like, let him go.
Yeah, it's true. But then they're able to subdue him on the chair as well.
Right. So they hit him again with the bat.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of out, and he's
time up in the chair.
Yeah.
And then that's when he wakes up. You know, right next to him is Ashley. She's kind of trying to play the game while she's trying to kind of cut her way out of this. Because when they're going after Ricky, she picks up like a glass.
Right, because there's a glass that breaks. So she picks up a little piece of it, and she's trying to cut through the...
Yeah. But now, what's it called? Now Luke is also trying to get a Jeremy there.
Yes.
You know, and this is where, like, you know, Luke is kind of poking and prodding, because in this whole time he's like, you're not a virgin, Ashley. Yeah, you're a dirty slut.
Oh, right. So the glass is on the ground because he bought some Rohypnol.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, since this plan's going badly, I'm going to roofie you. And then you're not going to, when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to remember. And then it'll just be like, you got drunk here. My parents will just be mad and kick you out.
But that's the plan he says out loud.
Right. But then she knocks the glass out of his hand so she doesn't have to drink it.
Yeah.
That's where the glass comes. The broken
Oh yeah,
glass
the bottle, the alcohol.
and so that's when he's like, his brain is working.
Yeah,
and she's like, well, if I call over the other ex that was the asshole, we could kind of blame him for everything.
Yeah, and the asshole is played by the same guy who was the Red Ranger in the movies and Billy from Stranger Things.
Yes, yeah.
He was the Red Ranger. No one remembers that.
Right.
Unfortunately, we'll never get to see who the Green Ranger was supposed to be. But yeah, and so you know, things are kind of going sideways. Garrett's kind of like, he's panicking, you know, because, you know, usually when you have a duo, one of them's like the weaker mind one.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this one, Garrett is, but he's still going along with everything that's going on. And so Ashley's still trying to get out of here, but Ricky pisses himself. And so he has to clean it. Very, very neurotic. The kid is very clean.
Yes. Yep.
He needs, you know, he needs everything to be cleaned early. You know, fucking signs of a psychopath or sociopath. But then Luke takes Ricky, and he's like, "Well, come on, Garrett. We're finally gonna settle a debate."
Right, because that was another thing at the beginning. They were talking about Home Alone, and they were like, "The paint can."
Yeah. It would just knock him out. It wouldn't kill him.
It'll make him fly across the room like it does in the movie.
And Luke is like, nope, it would completely murder somebody.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I guess maybe Home Alone was just like the PG version of it.
I feel like it's the difference between an empty paint can and a full paint can. Because that's like 12 pounds difference.
Oh man. And so at the first time it kind of misses Ricky, and he's like, whoa, what the freak? Oh my god, dude, come on, let me go. Stop. This has gone way too far. And,
Yep.
And Garrett's like, oh, Luke, don't do it, man. And while this is all happening, Ashley is able to escape, but then she hears Ricky kind of panicking. And it's kind of sad because before this whole like thing happened, while Luke was taking out the trash, Ricky has like a pretty genuine moment. He's like, hey, like, listen, I know you're like leaving, and like I'm like, I have nothing. I'm kind of a loser, and you have everything going for you. You're going to school, you're gonna have a great career, and I just know that you're just gonna do so well. And yeah, it's a pretty, like, probably the most heartwarming moment in this entire movie.
Right, yeah, because you're the kind of person that's like, you're doing something and I'm not, so I'm going to just be an asshole to you for a little while.
Because, like, you know...
Because I don't know how else to react to this.
Yeah. You're kind of like, oh, man, like, you know, he kind of reminds you of you at that age.
Right, yeah.
Or like, you know, you might have not felt the same exact way, but there's a moment where you're kind of like, you don't know how to react, so you kind of just try to push somebody away.
Yeah.
That way it hurts less when they leave.
Oh, right, yep.
Or something like that. It's a stupid young people thing. But no, Ricky ends up dying. And he's like, Luke is like, oh my God, I told you. And it's like it's great because like this movie is pretty brutal without having to show a lot of it.
Right.
Because when the paint can hits him, it's just the paint and the blood are mixing together.
And yeah, and you just get splashes of red and yellow.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And it sucks because, like, Ashley did get free and she was able to grab the gun, but then the gun's not loaded. And he's like, come on, Ashley, you know, any responsible gun owner keeps the gun and the ammo separate.
Yep.
Stupid. And so she tries to run away again, which she almost does. You know, she hears Caroler, so she's going after him, but she gets hit in the head with a brick.
Oh, that's right. He hits her with the original
you
brick.
Die, yeah. And so, what's it called? And it's funny because like her and Garrett kind of fight before that, but Garrett obviously is still only a 13-year-old child.
Right.
She's able to thwart him away.
Yeah, and while she's running out, she gets shot by the paintball gun, and that's when she realizes, oh, that's this whole thing.
So it's a freaking mousetrap board game.
Yep.
But yeah, while she wakes up, she's tied up with Christmas lights.
Yep.
Very, very Black Christmas reminiscent.
And an awful lot of duct tape this time.
Yeah, because I'm gonna let you know right now. If you guys don't know this, like duct tape is strong and weak at the same time. Like one little nick in the middle of the duct tape, you can kind of flex and bust your way out of there.
Right. Yeah.
But together,
yes,
like a factory of what's it called? Underpaid workers. They can stop anything, any corporation. Don't cross the picket line. But like, you know, she's kind of talking to Garrett, you know, and while this is all happening, Ducard, the guy who played by Jeremy, played by something Ducard. He has like a French ass name. he comes and he's a total poser.
Yeah,
he's dressed up in like
he's got his like Gucci hat. Is it or
yeah? I don't know. Like he looks like a rapper.
Yes,
yeah. He looks like he's like a wannabe rapper. He's kind of like, you know, doing the whole thing. He's like, yeah. Oh, I'm fresh. She wants me back. He comes to the back, and then from behind, Luke pops up, and he's like, she just doesn't want to see you right now unless you write this apology.
Yeah.
And he makes him write a letter, and he's like, dear Ashley, I'm sorry. Jeremy is like, come on, man. Really? You think she's gonna feel that? And so he writes a little bit more heartfelt.
Right, and he's like, I'm gonna go Shakespeare on her ass.
Yeah. How Shakespeare do you want me to get?
Yeah,
kid?
yeah.
And he's like, dear Ashley, I'm sorry. I hope you forgive me. I really do love you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And as soon as he's done writing, the kid, another mousetrap, hangs him. You know, what's it called? Sinister style.
Yeah.
Or Conjuring, one of those. A lot of hangings in horror films lately.
Right? It's a terrifying way to go. Because it's not quick.
You know what? You're the one to blame if you can't escape a hanging. You just gotta like you gotta grab the rope. I've seen it in this Korean film where this North Korean spy is able to dislocate his and he's able to like use his upper body strength to climb up the rope. You know, so if I ever die from a hanging, it's just because I was just too fat to get out of it.
Damn you, pizza!
I know, you know. Okay, a little side note. I was gonna buy pizza like a couple nights ago, some stuffed crust, because you know, it's like one of the greatest pizza inventions.
Right.
But I was like, oh my god, it's 390 calories per slice.
You're like, and I know I'm not gonna stop at one slice.
It's terrible. Why is it so many Why is all of good things in life so bad for you?
Right.
But no, and then so while this is all happening, Ashley is in the thing with Garrett, and she finally gets to Garrett. She's like, listen, you can get out of this. We can run across the street. We'll call the police.
I know this isn't your fault. He's manipulating you. And she has her little hand is like a little free. And she kind of puts her hand on his hand.
Yeah. And she's, you know what? Not bad for like this like little negotiation tactic that she's doing. And Garrett's like, no, Luke is just so much more smarter. And, you know, like he blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, Luke is not your friend. He wouldn't put you in this situation.
Right. Oh, yeah. She's like, why would you even do these things that he's asking you to? And he's like, because he's my best friend. Of course I'm going to do it. And she's like, he's not care. Yeah, he's not even your friend.
Yeah. But then so he's like kind of like setting her free. He's cutting some of the duct tape off and all that stuff. And then he gives Ashley a little come on, kid.
Right.
He kisses Ashley on the cheek. And when he does that, he flies across the room because Luke shoots him with a shotgun.
Yep. And so apparently getting shot in the gut with a shotgun gives you the effect that Garrett thought was going to happen when you get hit in the face with a paint can.
Yeah. And the kid's like, oh my God, I'm dying. He was like, yeah, dude. And then pretty bold move for a movie to show another kid shooting another kid in the face.
Right?
Wow. And then what's it called? The kid, he like, you know, Luke, he sits right next to Ashley and he puts his head on on her shoulders again. And she's like, you were never going to let me go, were you? And he's like, how did you know?
Right.
And funny thing is, like, throughout this movie, there's been kind of hints about Luke's sort of like, I don't know, like, oh, he's off, right? Because the kid he still sleeps with one of those like sonar or like a little fucking in the womb noises.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then as this situation is happening, he's telling his stories like, my mom used to hold me and stuff like that, and just I would just feel so safe. And then she stopped.
Right.
And I thought you could do that for me, but I guess not. And so,
and it's weirdly like you start to feel for him, like what, like your mom like doesn't show you love, and that's making you into a psycho, And it's like,
I think he was a psycho from the start.
I think so too. Yeah.
No, but like, no, sorry. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It was just.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad. Like, there's something off about that whole situation, though, right? Like, because you're like, that doesn't sound right.
And then and there's weird things like there's a spider.
Yeah.
And he runs over and he like puts it in a little jar and puts a little piece of paper underneath and takes it outside and lets it go.
Yeah.
And he's all like, spider didn't do anything. You can't hurt it.
Yeah.
Why would you just smash it? No.
But you know who else did that? The Collector. From the Collector movies.
Yep.
Every bad guy needs a mascot. And so he what's it called? Cuts her in the neck.
Yep.
And you think she's bleeding all over the place. So he's like, okay. And then he starts kind of cleaning a little bit.
Right. Well, yeah. He starts enacting the plan.
Yeah, where he's supposed to be asleep during this whole situation.
Right.
So he's like going around the house, kind of setting everything up. He's putting the prints on the shotgun.
Right.
And all that stuff. It's pretty insane. And then when he's trying to go upstairs, little detail I forgot to mention is that like when they went where she was like, oh, hey, Luke's sleepwalking again. Can you put this pencil on his door to see if he get up or not?
Right. And then but Mom's also said like, hey, when he's ready for bed, make sure you give him his pill.
Yeah.
That way he, goes to sleep.
Yeah. Obviously, he can't do it, so he has to go out one window into another one. Little close call there, but he's able to fake his way into sleep. He puts the sleeping pill, and he's like, you're waiting. He's waiting for the scream. His mother screams, and she's like, oh my God, where's Lucas? Where's Lucas? And then, like, she holds him. She holds him like he said how his mom used to hold him.
Right.
And I'll get speculation a little bit. All right. And then all of a sudden you hear one of the paramedics like say, oh my God, one's alive still. And that's where his eyes like open wide. And then he looks out the window and we see Ashley getting carted away. And then the paramedic's like, oh man, she put some duct tape on it. It really saved her a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Smart girl.
Right. Yep.
And then she flips Luke off as she's getting carted away into the ambulance. And Luke knows that the jig is up.
Yep.
Walking around the Christmas tree. I don't know what the song was at the end, but roll to credits. Now, before we
Did you see there was a post-credit scene?
Was there? Oh man, I need to start. All right, the funny thing about Colby, if you guys like don't know him, is that no matter what movie, he waits for the entire credits to
Always. Go. In movie theater, everybody else is like, "Let's go," and I'm like, no, credits are rolling.
Colby was like one of the few Americans during one of the first post-credit Marvel scenes to be like, "Oh my God."
Yes.
What was the post-credit scene?
So post-credit scene, you see him standing at the window and he turns around and he looks at his mom and he's like, I am so worried about Ashley. We should go visit her in the hospital.
Oh, you know what? I actually think I remember that from my first viewing. Because this is like the second time I had watched it. Like the first time I watched it, I think when it first came out on stream. And then I rewatched it again, but I just totally yeah, I think I do remember that post-credit scene.
Yeah. It's like mid-credit scene. Like they like do the Christmas song with everybody's name all big and in Christmas letters.
Yeah.
And then that scene, and then they do like the small scroll.
Oh,
like of all the extra people.
And then it moves to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, because if she got cut in the throat, her voice box might be gone. But if she's lucid enough, she could like write it down.
Right.
Lucas, psycho, killer. All right, but before we go into like the little details that I didn't really get into during the plot summary, let's do our other segment: high star, low star. Colby.
So we got a 10 out of 10.
That's high.
Absolutely love this clever horror experience. My 6/8 review, damn IMDb, got rid of the number, so I have to do it myself anyway. I really enjoy Better Watch Out for what it is. Levi Miller and Ed Oxenbould?
Yeah.
Are very funny to watch. I love how everything plays out. Definitely would want to avoid spoilers. I agree with who said, or there's like no punctuation here.
Yeah.
I definitely would want to avoid spoilers. I agree with who says that. I'm very satisfied with the epilogue. Better Watch Out is not for everybody, which is understandable because it has some outrageous stuff regardless. I think the film is spectacular.
You would feel like after the 680th review, he would be like, I got to put some punctuation.
Right? Yep.
And then we have a 3 out of 10. The lowest is 3. There's like barely any ones with any substantial reason.
Because anybody who puts a 1 should get kicked in the crotch.
So we got 3 out of 10. Not accurately advertised, not fun, not scary. Ooh, 10 stars. Are you kidding me? Thinking this was a ridiculous horror comedy that would be entertaining. Instead, I ended up being stuck sitting through an implausible, idiotic movie that takes itself way too seriously. The most glaring and irredeemable flaw was the big bad who, without spoiling anything, is depicted as some criminal mastermind. I cannot even finish this mess. Listen, this guy is not around enough kids, to know that fucking children are psychos.
Right.
They're honestly like, I think someone I forgot who was talking to me. He's like, kids are really just little sociopaths. Running around.
Yeah.
Because they expect you to take care of them, and you have to love them, and they do not give a fuck.
This is the kid whose parents or mom then moves him to the city, and he becomes best friends with a bookstore owner, and he becomes grows up to be the guy from You.
I know. Not everybody gets to have a police officer dad to where he can train you to kill bad guys. All right.
Yeah.
Dexter. Kobe, what are some of the things that you wanted to talk about with this film?
I thought it was incredibly clever. I had seen it once before, and I didn't really remember much. There's like little bits and pieces that I remember, but like it was like I was watching it again. I must have seen it like right when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I confused it with Babysitter.
Oh.
Which was not a Christmas movie, but it was also a good movie. And that had a crazy babysitter instead of a poor babysitter who was getting tortured by a crazy kid.
You really gotta watch the second movie.
Yeah, I thought it was really well played out, and I really liked the way they filmed it. There was a lot of like clever things, like the way when she was coming out of being unconscious, like it was blurry, and it was like blurry from her angle, and then it was like blurry not from her angle, but that cleared up as she was waking up, and then as like she knocked a chair over when she was tied up in the chair, she knocked it over, and the camera like fell with the chair.
Yeah,
like there was like
it's like a nice little POV shot.
Yeah, I thought there was quite a few of those.
Yeah, I like the smaller moments where you're kind of like, there's something wrong with this kid. Where like when Garrett finds the little womb sound thing, and he's like, "Do you still sleep with this thing?" And like if like everybody, like some people need white noise, but it's usually like like raindrops
Right.
or something. But I don't know. Maybe there is something kind of off-putting about like using the sounds that you like. I think what's recorded on there is what he heard when he was in the womb.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's what the device was for. He's like, "Is this your mom's like sonogram sound thing? Are you still asleep with
yeah,
this?"
because it doesn't surprise me that they have something like that, because I could totally see, having like the mom's heartbeat for a kid to sleep with.
For like newborns and stuff like that,
But not a 13-year-old. But
yeah, because they say like when the baby's in the womb, they can hear like the blood flow, and it sounds like it sounds like a roaring wind.
Right.
And so like, for that, for like infants, it's sort of like a comforting sound.
Yeah.
Because they've known that for 9 months.
And then, so like a weird thing that popped in my head while we were talking about this didn't cross my mind at all. But you were like, at the end, you were like, oh, and then, he wakes up and his mom's holding him because, there's like murdered bodies downstairs. And
Yeah.
I was like, did he even care about the girl? Was that even something? Or was this entire plan to get his mom to like hold him like she did when he was a baby?
Jeez. Yeah, I know, right? That's why listen, like I feel like if he got his dick wet, that's just like, hey, I think that was the bonus.
Right.
Getting it in, or like getting it on with his babysitter.
Right.
Who he's probably seen as like an older, like maybe like an older, like, or like a younger version of his mom or something, because they're both blonde. Her and the mother. And if you guys listen to a lot of those like those murder podcasts, a lot of these serial killers end up killing people that like resemble their mother. Which I don't understand.
You're right, because I have watched things that have said that too.
Yeah.
And usually it's like, because mom's horrible, and so it's like, I'm gonna kill people who look like my mom, because it's like, feel like that's the revenge I'm getting on my mom. Or in my head I can
you're
act
like
out onto this person what I wanted to do.
Yeah. But like I think sometimes it's not even that, but it's just like a traumatic, like Ted Bundy. What's it called? His grandma was the one that ended up raising him, and they acted like his mother was his older sister.
Okay.
And when you found out, I guess that messed him up. I don't know. Like, I mean, I grew up with a single mom. If you guys know any Filipino moms out there, they're assholes. There's a very toxic like Filipino culture thing with parents, but I don't understand, like, and you hear this all the time in murder. Like, listen, 15 seasons of Criminal Minds. I'm pretty sure I can qualify to be a profiler. But yeah, it's constantly that, because then like when you look at her, Ashley, and the mom, they're both blonde. They're both very smart.
Right.
They're very strong, like willed women.
They're the dominant.
Yeah, which I say, I think Patrick Warburton can dominate. Just like, I don't know if you know this, but when you're married for a long time, which I'm not, at some point you give up.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, you know what? I think I have to be the one to make the. I don't know, he just seems
what they always say, like the in marriage, the two most important words are yes, dear.
I thought it was you're right.
Similar.
And don't get this wrong. We are not a woman hating podcast. But at least I don't know about Colby. I grew up with a house full of women, and sometimes it's just easier to be quiet.
Right. I won't disagree. Yeah, you get a strong-headed woman, and they, even when they know they're wrong, they're gonna fight till you give up.
So in your mind, you have to like learn like, I'm right, but like I won't say that out.
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes you just got to choose your battles.
Right.
That's really all it is.
It's like when you're playing with like your younger brother or something. You're playing a board game, and you're like, I know in the next 3 turns I can win this. So because I know that, I will allow you to win. Because in my head, I know I've already beaten you. I've seen the next 3 moves and I win. So yes, I will let you.
I'll see two very different upbringings. I crush my opponents, old and young. I think it was 8 at Super Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Turbo just came out. Playing with my older I was like 7 or 8, and my older cousin, 15, 16, would not let me win. Not ever. 2 very different upbringings. But no, like, if you're gonna cohabitate with people, is that the word?
Yeah.
You gotta pick your battles. Patrick Warburton, he knows where his battles are.
Yes.
But to go back to your original point, that's kind of like when it got to the end part where she actually holds him and he like looks genuinely happy. I was like, yeah, was
that
this
the whole plan?
Yeah, it is kind of off-putting, and so like you hope that this is kind of like the end, like this kid will go to like a mental institution. Obviously he's too young to go to jail. I don't know.
Right. Or does he end up just getting away with everything?
Yeah, okay, so like
that makes it so much worse because
he's just gonna be a American Psycho Patrick Bateman later in the future. I mean, wonderful businessman.
Yeah, and you find out that apparently sometime in the past he had killed Garrett's hamster.
Yep, early signs.
And it was like, oh, it was an accident. And then later he's like, it wasn't an accident. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me of this. So remember when he shoots Garrett and he's like absolutely like freaking out. He's like, you made me do this. I didn't want to do this.
Right.
And then after he does the second shot, he like switches. He's like,
right.
He was annoying me anyway.
Yeah. Takes a deep breath and just kind of clicks emotion off. Yep.
Yeah. And so like, it's funny, like, and I was like, whoa. But like, don't they say like the best businessmen are like sociopaths?
Right. Yeah.
Because like, I think like they say sociopaths they can function within society. Obviously, like the higher in business you go, I feel like there's like these hostile takeovers, and you got to do all these dirty things sometimes. At least what they show us in the movies.
Well, right. I mean, like if you're like, hey, we gotta, lay off 10,000 people, but for the bottom line, the stockholders are all gonna make some money.
Right.
You're just like, sorry, guys.
Oh, we got to take over your company, but we're not going to keep anybody on. Oh, God. You guys are all trained wrong.
Right.
Oh, man. So, yeah, like I want to hope that she was able to warn the police that Luke and hopefully.
Yeah.
Because if not, he will just become Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, because he's still young, he's like, okay, let's take those mistakes and do a little better next time.
Oh, no, exactly. As I said, like he's already, he started with the hamster. Yeah. Who knows what he's done between that? Some cats, some dogs. He's worked up to a person.
A group of people.
Right.
How many did he kill? So you got Ricky, you got Jeremy, and Garrett, right?
And Garrett, yep.
3 people, yeah. But he had it pretty meticulously planned. Because, he got that little catapult to, like, throw the thing in.
Throw the rock, yeah.
He got Garrett to run through, like, this little booby trap that makes it look like he got murdered. He calls people. He's very meticulous. And if he does get away with it, then the next time he does it, it's going to be even harder to catch him.
Yeah.
Unless the FBI Criminal Minds Unit has something to say about it.
Right. I feel like that's kind of like you slowly get bigger and bigger, doing more things until you get to the point where it's like you're confident, you're overconfident. You're like, I've now done this 7 times and no one has any clue. And so then you just start getting sloppier because you're just like, they'll never find it,
right.
And you just start making mistakes.
Unless you're like the BTK killer. I think, didn't he get away with it for like 30 years?
Right. Some of those are.
I feel like he's like more within that realm. I know he'll get It just depends, right? Because he does think with his dick. Like the kid is super horny. Like,
see, that's why I kept thinking the guy from You.
oh, Joe.
Yeah, because he was like this super meticulous, but then he also got into the lust part of like a girl he was interested in and kind of focused his
hyper focused.
Yeah.
He was a little sloppy. He was jacking off in public and stuff like that. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, I think even if you saw that, you're like, oh, I'm not walking down that street. That guy's jacking off over there. What if he tries to do it on me? Do you know in the next, I guess there's going to be a next season, he's going to be a professor in France?
Oh, they're doing another season?
Oh, man, yeah, it is a hot mess. The last season I wasn't kind of into also because it was like, oh, he's domesticated Joe. Ugh. Like the first 2 seasons I was on board with. The third season I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. This is a house husband stuff. But he got away with it in the third one too.
Yeah.
But he's missing a toe.
That's right. That was a good show too.
I know. It was funny too because like remember when he found out that Love was just as crazy as he was?
Right.
All of a sudden she was no longer on that pedestal.
Yeah.
Again, what would you consider Joe? Like, from your psychology degree. Huge tangent, by the way. Sorry. Yeah.
Psychopath? Sociopath?
Right. It's weird because he's super obsessive and he also has mother issues.
Right.
Yeah, maybe sociopath because he still is able to function within society. He's able to hold a job. He's able to fool the people around him. But man, if that guy falls in love with you, forget about it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Sorry for the tangent. We're just really trying to pad this hour out. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, thank you. Welcome. Check out the rest of our months. We have things like Nicolas Cage month. What's called Demonic Toys.
Right, yeah. Run back. We're at Christmas, so if you run back to the very beginning, we started at Christmas time, so our first 3 or 4 episodes are Christmas movies.
Right. Got things like Fred Claus.
Yep. We did a musical month, and so in that we have Anna and the Apocalypse, which was a Christmas musical with zombies.
But we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and the ultimate Christmas, or I guess holiday box. Can't say Christmas anymore, guys.
Right.
It's holidays.
Right. Yeah, I would love to see if there was anything extra. I'd Blu-ray this. This is. I thought this was. Scenes. I thought this was very entertaining. Yeah, I'd show this to friends and.
Put this on your Christmas rotation list.
Yep.
It's horror Christmas week. I know. I was kind of scared that we weren't going to do a horror film this Christmas.
We have to. I know one year we did last year we kind of over Krampused it.
Yeah, a lot of Krampus. There was one Krampus movie that I was like, "Ooh, you could keep that one."
Mother Krampus.
Was that was. Oh man, I'm kind of a little side tangent again. There's that new David Harbour Christmas movie where I think he's battling Krampus once again. Yeah. Like what's it called? A horror Christmas tale?
Yep.
Or something. That was a good one. That was a good anthology Christmas movie.
It was.
I hope it's just continuing that. That Krampus in that movie is freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's all white.
And William Shatner's in that one, right?
Oh yeah, it's true. The Shat Man. You know what? For this movie, I do really like it, but I am factoring that this movie is only like an hour and 27 minutes or something like that. It's kind of short, and that kind of factors into it because it's like, Blu-ray's expensive. Still,
right.
Inflation.
Understandable.
So as much as I would love to Blu-ray this movie because I do enjoy it, I think there's a lot of it takes a lot of the stereotypes that you get for this kind of movie and kind of throws it out the window. So it's like a Home Alone mixed with like Babysitter, mixed with the holidays, kind of puts you in the mood, but it kind of like throws you out of like these loops because you think it's gonna go one way and it's gonna go then it goes this other way. I love that part of the story. And honestly, I think the hour and 27 to hour and 30-minute like runtime is kind of perfect for it.
Right.
Because I really can't see how you would try to stretch that out into an hour and 45.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they do the thing where like, you know, she wakes up next Christmas and then like she's still having this PTSD thing and all that stuff. And then like it pans to him and he's like in a padded locker room, which, you know, it's a very American thing to kind of give you that resolution. Because it, you know, not everything, you know, I think more and more now we're getting less and less resolutions. We don't have that freeze frame moment like, yeah, Luke got caught by the police.
Right, because I remember like every horror movie had a resolution, and that was like what made it okay for me to watch them. Like as a young person, I was like, oh, it ended. The monster got killed. The serial killer got put in jail. So I'm safe.
Yeah.
And then like it was like Halloween. Is that the one?
No. Black Christmas was the I think one of the first ones that didn't have a.
Well, see, I didn't see that, but I think like Halloween was the first one that I saw where like it's like the bald police chief shoots Michael Myers.
Oh yeah. And
he falls out the window, and then he goes and he saves the girl, and they walk out, and then there's like the little divot in the ground where he falls, but his body's not there, and it's like and the credits roll, and you're like, what?
Yeah, Black Christmas I think was officially the first one to do it though. Where like they never caught the killer. So and so you know, so like I really don't think I don't want this movie to be any longer, but I also don't see the merits of like getting into Blu-ray because it's such a short film. It's like it's a full moon runtime with 87 minutes.
That's true.
Not like, I mean, I'm not saying anything about, you know, like if you want
it's Blu-ray, so we throw a second movie on there. You get this and Home Alone, and that way you can compare the two.
The only thing that Home Alone was missing is a hot babysitter. Oh man! All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out down below all of our links, like our Amazon affiliate links, so you can see me and Colby going to Canadian Tux to Roadhouse.
Oh yeah!
If we get enough, maybe Colby will cut his hair into a mullet.
We'll have to get a lot.
Like enough to make it okay with
I got a funny shaped head, so mullet's gonna be weird.
Enough to make it okay where Teresa's like, well, you have to do it now.
Yeah.
Also check out our YouTube links where me and Kobe do commentary or do like video podcasts on more up-to-date movies and series.
Right.
Yeah, for Shark Night, you know, sharks.
That's still our number one. And of course we got our socials down, so wish us a Merry Christmas and give us some suggestions. You know, hey, it's a new year coming up, so we got lots of spaces to fill.
And time keeps on slipping into
the
future.
We got our Facebook and our Twitter and our Instagram.
Yeah, and the TikTok that I have to update.
Right. We got TikToks that are going to be coming.
I'm going to get on it. I'm getting on it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to see who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her album Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.